You know, you gotta come to the number one all-time hit station first.
Yes.
Yeah? Thank you very much for pulling up. Wait. Siunge kwenye mic bana.
Oh,
yes.
Usinipatie earphones bana.
Ndio hiyo hapo. Vuta.
Uzioni?
Vuta. Ziko plugged. Haya, sasa unajisikia 1 2 1 2 1 2.
I can hear you, bro.
Turn the headphones up a bit. Uko sawa? Turn up kidogo. Haya, sawa.
Anyway,
all right. Now, you can hear this man is a regular on the show. He goes by the name Mr. Madenge, a.k.a. Nameless.
What up, bro?
How are you?
I'm good.
Good to see you.
And we landed on a Thursday.
Yes. TBT edition.
That's what's up, yo.
Unajua kuna mse anamziki TBT kukuliko hii industry.
By the way.
Yes. When the OG. Yeah? Yes.
That's it, TBT, man.
So there you have it. And then for the first time ever, we've never had him on the station. And he's a guy who's behind the scenes, sana. Mr. Habib. Good morning. How you doing?
Morning, I'm fine.
You all right?
Yeah. It's good to be back.
Good to be back in the place.
Yeah.
Ndani ya studio.
Vibaya sana.
Absolutely. Now, Habib, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
That song, Dunda.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That language of Ngontoma in Anta. Where is the origin of that language? Because I think I heard it once alafu ikapotelea. Origin ilikuwa mtaa gani? Which area is that?
That was a slang for pirates. Pirates was Esir's clique.
Yes.
Him and Big Pen used to talk like that. So like most people like wouldn't draw what's happening.
Yes.
Yeah. So they used to do like it was code language.
Code language. Was it just among that? There was like a kamta somewhere that was going on also?
No. It was just a clique. We used to rave a lot. So that's how we used to talk.
Karibu
like
Trace.
If we didn't want like Chiles to jua what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like gente kiunto dente amesimanta mambanta ya.
You see now, tongues. Yo, just did you just say something? Was that real?
Like check your dame amesimama mbaya.
Aya rudia.
Gente kiunto dente amesimanta mambanta ya.
Yeke guire.
All right. Now, shout out to both of you guys, of course, in the place because you guys dropped that massive tune yesterday. We played it exclusively here. Bandana ya Esir. We're celebrating 19 years since we lost the late Esir. But let me tell you this, his spirit very alive because of both of you guys. And Nameless, shout out to you. You've been very, very pivotal in this. Every year I've seen you go, put flowers at the grave and all of that. But let me ask you this. I want us to have a conversation about Esir, the music and all of that. Right, so take me back because I was not there in those hallways and what have you. Ogopa at that point. Paint me that picture. How was it? Of course, Najoyo time kulikuwa na kompe mob sana within the stable.
Straight up.
But Esir, Nameless, you guys were at the helm of it. How was that?
Yeah. I mean, for us, it was new to all of us. There was some serious excitement in the in the record label.
Yes.
Because we are like, wow, we're connecting with guys. It's called the flow. And when guys are in a creative, you're like, hey, we're in the flow.
Yes.
Like we found something that is making sense to guys, So always I remember when we'd go on tours, man, it would just be good vibes, we get excited to go to a new town. We're excited to see. I remember us going to Kampala, feeling a whole stadium and like, guys, it's happening, Yes. And during that time is when we really became close with Esir.
Yes.
Because we are studying the market, we are trying to understand the market. And in fact, that's one of the reasons that we feel it's so important to push his legacy now to the new generation.
Yes.
When you talk about Bandana ya Esir,
Yeah.
20 years later, many guys, young kids don't know Esir. Like
True.
straight up, they're like,
True.
who was Esir?
Yes.
And why are people talking about him so much, So it reaches a place you start understanding we have to tell our stories.
Yes.
Just the way like Steto, Steto tell their stories, Pakamanze, you're just there like admiring.
Glued, yes.
Glued to that. It's because they tell their stories and they share the great things guys have done.
I like that.
So straight up, it was like really exciting times for us and I think for Kenya as well. That's why guys always talk about that era like, wow, it was new.
Yes.
We identified urban pop, Kenyan sound, a Kenyan vibe, And now that's why you see like Bandana Esir, by the way, was... Nelly is the one who came up with that concept.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shout out to Nelly the Goon, man.
Nelly the Goon,
Yes.
He came up with that concept.
Yes.
And he approached us. He called me up and told me, whoa, I think there's something here. And we're like, I called Habib and said, brah, I think there's something here that I feel is a very interesting style of giving a tribute.
Yes.
And it's more powerful because it comes from guys who are saying, when I was growing up, these the guys who inspired me. This the guy who inspired me, you know. So, sorry, man.
No worries, no worries.
Yeah. So straight up, Yani, I think it's important for guys to know why Esir was amazing. He died at 21.
Yes.
We're talking less like 2-3 years into the industry, but we're feeling the
young
until now. And let me tell you something. If you look at the lineup on the video, many veterans came through.
Fam.
And they came through not like Yani, they didn't even question time-wise or like what time we were there immediate. And the reason I think, apart from just being friends all these years, one thing that I know, all of them knew, if I passed away that early with such an amazing content, and I didn't even get a chance to enjoy it. You see, like an artist, by the way, when we do music, the sweetest part is when people love the music.
Yes. 100%.
Because that's why you're creating it.
Yes.
So you can imagine you don't get a chance to see people like enjoying it.
Your music.
And that's why I think everyone wanted to come and say we want to celebrate the brother.
Yeah, man. So many guys came through for the video shoot. We're gonna get into that. Now, to Habib, right?
Yeah.
Nameless has been the friend. They used to work together. They were in the studio and all of that. Now, I want to go behind the scenes and tell me, Esir, to you, a brother, how was he in person as a brother to you? Like, did he bully you? Alikuwa na kupiga? Was he mean to you? These different kind of stories that I've never been told. Was he naughty? Unajua, everyone celebrates him.
What
says,
we never got to
this
see.
guy had flow.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah, okay, let me tell you. Esir was an outgoing person. Yeah.
Yes.
So tungehamia mtaa, yani, like everybody will just know this is Esir. Even before he became famous, he was that guy who he was adventurous. He used to like going like everywhere, knowing everybody. Alikuwa msee wa watu tu. Then when it came to me, his relationship with me, he was protective. He always wanted me to be somebody good, just like he never used to do anything wrong in front of me. So me used to wonder, this guy is singing about kuchana, nini.
Yes.
So I remember that time when I was a teen and we had started, that sort of chanaing, nini, just being teens, Yeah, so one day he caught me, he's like, "Wey, unadu?" Like he got all up in my face, he's kunjad his fist. I'm like, "Hey, dude, relax." And you guy, I was bigger,
Yes.
Guy. Actually, let me tell you a story. You see where we are right now, ABC.
Yes.
There's a club called Kengele's ABC Place.
It's still
and this
changed
is where
the name. Yeah.
This is where we used to launch our music. Yeah. So I remember one time we were here with Esir, and there was this guy who was called Big Boy, and it was all up in our farm's face.
Yes.
You guys Esir slapped the dude like pop. So you guys were watching, we're like, hey, what's happening? So this guy, he's throwing jabs, Esir is just ducking, and slapping him. So I'm like, hey, what's happening with my bro? So finally, when we judged what was up, guys were like, hey, kumbe this guy can be a beast, And you guys later on, when we hooked up in the hood, because Big Boy was from our hood, we guys were laughing. We were like, hey, dude, man, we didn't know you're like this, So, he never backed down from
He never backed down.
Yeah.
Now, I love the fact that you've painted that scenario. So clearly we have arrived 21 years later. We've arrived at the fact that, 19 years later, we've arrived at the fact that Esir was not only a beast in the studio, but also in the streets. Right? Nameless, uliwahi pigwa kofi wewe?
Nani?
Na best yako uliwahi pigwa kofi?
Na Esir.
Na nani?
Tell me, because you've had he had a couple of confrontations, right? You guys, you were friends. Tell me about one time you guys had a confrontation. About what precisely?
There was no confrontation, by the way. Kulikuwa, wacha nikuambie. Unajua vile yeye alikuwa, Esir alikuwa big brother yake.
Yes.
Sam alikuwa big brother ya Esir.
Okay.
So alikuwa like, I was older than him. I think I'd entered the industry just like 2 years or 1 year before him. So it was more like, what I liked about that relation, like straight up now, is mutual respect.
100%.
I was like a fan of him. I'm like, man, who's this kid who's coming up? And I'd not met him, And then when I met him, I'm like, wow, like even him is a big fan of mine. So it was more like we would always analyze the industry and look and see what can we do, to just become a big force in the industry. Because, every time you're growing, you must get haters. Just be guaranteed there must be people who are going to say you're doing crap.
Yes.
And that's the time we start sitting and saying, Manze, how do we just push through this? Because sometimes it messes you up. You're like, why are guys hating and yet we're enjoying what we're doing and we're doing it the right way. So what I loved about the relationship was that, with every show would come from, we'd check it out. Why didn't this work? Why didn't this work? What can we adjust in our next songs? And that's now how Boomba and Maisha, those two songs came about. If you really listen about them, it's more about haters. Because we're just like feeling like as we're growing, they're getting more people who are trying to stop us. So how do we push on? Yeah. But confrontation, it was like straight up mutual respect. Not like this guy, man, he was not understanding. He's a teenager.
Now, the last time you were in studio with us, we had a very, very amazing conversation. Your wife was here.
Yeah.
And you said that at some point you were jealous of the success that your wife had gotten, right?
Not jealous, but
Ilikuwa jealous.
Una blog gitu jealous, but true. It was a bit of yes, it's true.
So now let's bring it back to you're already 2 years in the industry, and here's Issa coming up, and he's coming with a lot of heat.
He's coming to force.
Did you get that same feeling, Ilea?
No. Let me tell you, and I was just correcting you. It wasn't jealousy because she's my girl, so I'm happy with it. And we would talk about it.
It was envy.
Not when in anywhere.
No, envy is better than jealousy.
No, it was just funny because we're just like, wow. Me, the thing that used to get to me is when I go somewhere, when she had won their mamas.
Yes.
Guys just want to take pictures
with her.
And then
dreams,
I'm like, guys, just be nice and also take with me, Belena, come by. But with Issa, let me tell you what was really cool. So when he came in, he was like, this guy, at that time even I think even Nina Noki was really like,
it was heavy.
It was heavy.
Yes.
So he would let me tell you about why Issa was growing very fast. He would listen a lot. He was talented, but he would listen and say, what can I adjust?
Okay.
So it would be like, how do we make the songs more singable because of performances, and stuff, because it's a heavy hip hop. He would adjust it so fast. And when we started touring with him, when the tour started, I was the one who used to close the show. Unajua kufunga Chao.
Chao.
Unasikianga la, this is a big issue at who's fungang the show.
Yes.
And
Sawa Nyash.
Yeah, so I was fungang the show. But as we started going around, because he was getting his flow on, and even my album was supposed to be before his, but he was coming up with ideas so fast. But there was no intimidation. So I'm like, hey, bro, I think your album needs to drop fast before mine. Even we talked with Ogopa. Wait, let's do this, man. Issa is on fire right now. So the last show in Nakuru, we had a talk, and I was telling Issa, kusema kweli manze, jina yako imekuwa kubwa. When ndio unafunga hii show. And then it's so funny. He didn't say no. He kind of knew. So it was just like, nifunge kumaliza kitu ya. So it was almost like understandable that his shine is now, it's his time.
Yes.
And then you take a side and support. And that's how it was in the industry. I mean, now the record label is behind Issa.
Yes.
So that's why I think even in the country, guys were like, what just happened? Because we were all feeling like we're now running around Issa, and then he passed on. Yeah.
Now, talking about that shine, there is the legacy.
Yeah.
There is the influence that has gone. I mean, this race.
Yeah.
They're gone. Imefika mbali, the wave is still here, right? It's going on. Yeah. And a lot of people have been molded, given definition, right? To understand, because I feel like it's the birth of a culture.
Straight
Issa.
up. Yeah, straight
Call
up.
it the birth of a culture.
Straight up.
All right?
Yeah.
Do you guys have BYE merchandise?
BYE like that.
Hey, you got it.
I see you,
Bandana,
bro.
Issa.
I see you, bro.
You got it because I'm seeing the both of you sporting
straight up,
some
straight
ninis, whatever's over here. Because it's a culture, it's a wave. It's something that is going to be there for. It will be remembered for a long time.
Yeah.
Someone who has brought in a culture.
Yeah.
Are you guys kuna Mufago? Because me, I'm a Kukuyu.
Kokoyo.
I'm seeing.
I mean, the truth is, and it's a good point you brought up there. Thank you for that. Because yes, it's true. We're getting to merchandise, which will out from next week.
Yes.
We're also checking and seeing what guys like. Some people are saying we want t-shirts, others are like we want hoodies, others are like we want this is for the neck.
I think this is a thing.
Yeah, this is
right
for
there.
The
bandanas.
Yeah,
yes.
Straight up
Is
there.
it
There's a bandana.
Is it silk?
Yeah, this one is silk, but this is there for the neck.
Itakuwa ya kichwa bwana.
Okay. Ukitaka ya kichwa pia. But I got you for the kichwa one. I got you. Nakutengenezea ka special one hapo, usipanic.
Shukran.
I got you, bro. Watu wa real dreads. Watu wa real dreads.
as we wind up, because I know you guys have another place to be at. You mentioned as the music was playing, as the song was playing rather, that Nelly the Goon came correct. How was that feeling in the studio with him? What did you like? What was it?
Let me just tell you. The first time I met him, we were, like, unajua tu usanii. We were like those one sizing each other. But that guy, when he opened up, I was just like, this guy is a cool dude.
Yes.
Like, yo, manze, Habib Joe, when bazoo. So I'm like, hey, manze, what's up? Hey.
Yes.
So we just vibed, you guys were laughing, and the funny thing is, these guys have fans.
Yes.
I remember we were just chilling on the street one day during the video shoot, and some kids came up. They're like, "Hey Nelly, hey Dimore, you guys." I just remember them days of Ogopa. And I'm just like, wow. Then they took pics with even me. They're like, hey, no, ni bazoo, mazo ni bazoo. Kujeni to mchukue photo. I'm just vibing, man. I'm just laughing.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now, Nameless, tell me about Trio. Obviously, Trio, literally, Trio hatakuwa amezaliwa bana.
Hakuwepo.
He was not even an idea.
Ni kama wewe na Kenyatta. You know what I'm talking about?
Same was up.
Yeah.
So, explain to me. How was it?
Yeah.
Because one of the things that I noticed, sorry to interject, was in the video, I seen Yashinsky saying hi to Trio.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, you can see the excitement, right?
Yeah.
So for you, at that particular moment, explain to me when you guys were like, you know what, we should get Trio. Because that is a whole other generation.
A whole generation.
What's the conversation around that?
Yeah, so what happened is Nelly is the one who approached with the idea. I consulted with Habib. He's like, yeah, this is nice. Yeah. So he asked me to do a verse, so I was putting a verse, and then I told him Habib needs to be on this, and he's like, hey, Habib is a cool one, you know, man. So I call Habib. I'm like, listen, what do you think? He's like, yeah, this is it, man, because we've been trying to think, how do we do a tribute, but in a cool way, not a sad song. We didn't want to do that kind of thing because we knew what Issa would want, and we talked about it. We were like, yeah, this Issa would like this vibe. It's coming from Ochwongolo. Ochwongolo is like pirates, but from Langat,
Yes.
And then Nelly told me Demore needs to be on this track because they're Ochwongolo family, and he was like how Demore had kept pushing him to do the track. And then we sat down and thought, but we need to have someone else, Yani, from the younger generation. And at that time, Trio Mio at that time was trending because guys were like, this guy doesn't look like Issa, this guy is Issa. Others are half of people are like, don't dare compare me with Issa. I know the guys were like, Issa, don't even try.
The Holy Grail.
Love, yeah. And then the others were like, come on, man, new generation, new different people, he's doing his thing. So we talked and we're like, yeah, he really reminds us in terms of the look and even his aggression in terms of pushing.
Even the age.
Even the age,
Yes.
from that young, hungry age. So we're like, you know what, we need to bring that because it brings that some part of Issa.
Yes.
Issa alikuwa anapiga tu vibari. Yeah, so then we called the management.
Yes.
And we told them, there's something here that we think you guys would probably do, and immediately got it in a short while. He's in school, so you have to understand is that so we have to give that space for school, that space for him to keep pushing his talent.
Definitely.
So he came through, we had the verse, we laughed. And let me tell you a funny thing about all this. In terms of the verses, because some people be like, should it be longer, should it be shorter? Even me, Bandana verse, my verse was even shorter. And they were like, no, add a bit here. Like, everyone was just contributing in terms of what's the best for the song, you get? So even Trio was like, he's happy with that. He didn't want to put it too much longer, because we're 5 artists, you just want to have enough. And that's another thing I really liked. I found that very mature.
Yes.
From a 17-year-old to say, I just want to give just the
enough.
right amount, and not to hog anything, just to give it. And then we love the fact that he came last and fungered that store.
Killed it.
He killed it. He generally killed it, yeah.
Thank you guys for coming through.
Yep.
And I appreciate it. A lot has been said. I think that this is one of those interviews that is definitely a gem. I know a lot of people have enjoyed it. We're definitely going to post it up.
Yes.
Because the musical journey, we've gone from back then to now to all of that.
Yep.
And special shout out to you guys, right? I've just gotten a text message. By the way, shout out to Nelly and them.
Yeah.
Uchungulo, they'll be in the studio tomorrow.
Oh, yeah,
they'll be in the place.
Yeah.
So now, the beautiful thing is this, you guys have given us your side of the story.
Yeah.
Now, then, tomorrow, Dimore
That's cool.
and Nelly will give us their side of the story.
We'll be listening, man.
Yes.
Nelly,
sense
talk to
now.
listen.
Yeah?
The way we came, the two of us.
Yes.
So now they're going to come the next day.
Exactly.
So it makes sense.
It definitely. That's how we do it over here.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
I just want to know one thing before you guys go. Tell me about kutesa kama Marage na Kemsa.
So unajua inabidi Demore akuja aseme hiyo story.
Si Demore atakuwa hapo kesho.
Aongee hiyo story.
Okay. So hiyo ni yake.
Huyu tulikuwa tukikuja hivi tulikuwa tuna translate verse yake. Akisema, sikiza, inabidi manze utranslate. Kuna vitu zingine watu wanasema.
Go on.
Hata mimi mwenyewe unashinda. Okay, Bibu hapo umesema, sijaelewa. So Bibu just give the first.
Don't know, I'm called Bibu.
Okay, Habib.
Yes. Bibu.
Bibu, Habib.
2+2.
Just that first part.
Okay.
Unajua panzi ni nini?
Panzi.
Pansy, yes,
Yes,
locust.
Yeah, so he gets it.
You didn't know that, Calvin?
Yeah.
You
So,
didn't.
Listen.
What's a group somewhere?
Alikuwa nadhani ni praying mantis. Go, endelea.
so hii ni ya madada kila klabu wakiruka kama panzi. That means all
Girls
the girls in the
club.
club jumping like
Grasshoppers.
Yeah. Lyrics za Habib za Wainua kama chupa ya Bacardi. So lyrics za Habib za Wainua. Yeah, like they're getting high on my lyrics.
Yes.
We got you.
Wachungu kali mao lakini watamu kasukari. Alhamdulillah. Amen.
Na nitoa hawaero, tumeobewa hapo mwisho.
Shout out to the guys for pulling into the studio.